Hello out there. Heavy Monte here. I want to talk a little bit about what's going on in Texas and when you elect incompetent government. The state government of Texas, the governor, he has been working hand in hand with Donald Trump to help, kick out Hispanics. When his state, they say, have a lot of Hispanics. He spent so much time kissing Donald Trump's ass and working for Donald Trump instead of the American people that when Donald Trump said, I am going to get rid of FEMA, the governor and all the other people never said, you know, we need FEMA. Don't do that. Anyway, they followed Donald Trump blindly. Excuse me, America, little allergies. They followed Donald Trump blindly. Okay. Some say they are afraid of Donald Trump. Some say. But that fear of Donald, if that is true, that fear of Donald Trump is getting our citizens, our children, killed. America, cultural wars give you nothing financially. Cultural wars can destroy your nation when you decide to remove the people that help feed your nation blindly. When you do not do any studies, I'm talking about Donald Trump, and say what services are essential, America. Okay. What services are essential to the American people? And I would think that FEMA would be one. So the governor of Texas and these maggots, they're still going back trying to blame Joe Biden. America, it is time for us to get rid of the Republican Party, especially when our children are dying from their incompetence. America, you know, the Republican Party fights this culture war. Culture wars are never won. They are destructive to the nation. To tell the people in your country that they are not one, that they are not all Americans, regardless of the color of their skins. They are not all Americans according to who they want to love and marry. Huh? They're not Americans on the decisions they want to make about their bodies and who they are. They are not Americans if they don't follow the MAGA church. You understand? And the philosophies and opinions of a filthy religion, I call a fake religion, because they are responsible for Trump also. They vote for Trump, they say, these evangelicals. 80, 90%, the people of God. You see what I'm saying, America? So everything is wrong about that Republican Party. And I hope that everybody can see that. You know, we don't need to have any more open discussions about the Republican Party that to determine that they should not be governing this country because they have no idea how. I don't care what party you are. When you put Americans against Americans, women against men, gays against straight, women against women, that is a culture war, you know. Now, in America, I'm going to keep this real short, but I'm asking everybody out there to please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I want you to know that we're trying to get 500 people. We've been online for about 2 months now, and we're really, really having a lot of views. And YouTube is pushing out the my content. So please subscribe, America, because it's very important that we get the word out to never, ever vote for a Republican again. And I want to say to all of our people in Texas where your children are dying, you know, this is no time to play politics, America. You know, we all need to support these people. You know, when somebody comes to you with state-run media, and I'm not making excuses for them, and when your governor, okay, is telling you to hate immigrants, in my opinion, you know, the people that you need, the people that, are good people, huh? When he's telling you that, I'm talking about these Hispanics that live in Texas, that Texas depend on, financially, for its economy. Asking the president to please don't kick him out after he's done all these nasty things to these people, to our people. These are our people. These are our sisters and brothers being picked up. Okay, there was a famous lawyer in a famous movie, you know, and he asked a question of an all-white jury after a man had did a white man had did, two white men had did a terrible thing to a black child. He asked this question. He said, "What if these people were white?" You understand? I'm talking about the Hispanic situation. In that particular situation, there was a black child, a black child in the movie. I think everybody's seen the movie. Okay? He said, if that was your child, that too, okay, huh? People did that too, okay? What would you do? Huh? You see what I'm trying to tell you, America? So this is what the Republican Party is doing to our children. They're not taking care of our children. Huh? They are playing games and allowing our children to die in horrible situations like that. Huh? This is not a part of my joke show tonight, America. That's what I want to keep it short. Electing these Republicans is the worst thing that ever happened to our nation. And I hope that everybody, will vote them out because they are awful, miserable people. And this is Heavy Monte from the Heavy Monte Podcast and the Heavy Monte Podcast Show. Ladies and gentlemen, we pray for the people in Texas, but we can make sure they're safe by never, ever voting for another Republican.